It's Saturday morning, and that means it's time for Spartan Nation TV. With me, your host, Hondo Carpenter from SpartanNation.com. Joined by the Duckett Dynasty, legendary Michigan State and NFL running backs, Tico and TJ Duckett. Now, it's time for Spartan Nation TV. Good morning, everybody. I'm Hondo Carpenter, and welcome this morning to Spartan Nation TV. I'm flanked by two of my favorite people in all the world, legendary Michigan State and NFL running backs, the great TJ Duckett, and get ready for the Tikanator, Tico Duckett.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing, Hondo?
I had to get that one in.
You did. You got me first.
Gentlemen, the Spartans won. But it does not feel like a win because the expectations are higher than just competing to win a Big Ten. This team has an opportunity to win and go to the college football playoff. Is a win really a win, TJ, after the way they performed at Purdue?
The win after last Saturday's game, it is a win, and we're getting better every single week, in my opinion. Certain areas we're still not where we need to be, but there are some areas that we are starting to improve, and at the end of the day, this is how we look in December. It's not necessarily what we look at like right now.
Tico, did you ever think you'd be having this discussion after a double-digit road win in the Big Ten?
Not at all, and I think we're learning about, there's a lot of lessons that are being learned, which will help us down the road, but there's some things that we're finding out about ourselves that aren't good.
Spartans move up to number 6 this week in the coaches poll. They remained at 8 in the AP. Your thoughts? You think that's about right for the Spartans?
I think it's about right. You know, we're not putting on good shows, a good showing, so, you know, to move up and to prove to everyone else that we need to be higher, we still have to do that.
TJ, I had some time with Mark D'Antonio Sunday night, and I asked him this question. In your 3 biggest games, Oregon, Nebraska, and Purdue, and including Jacksonville State, which probably was your 4 hardest games, your offense hasn't scored a point in the fourth quarter. How concerning is that?
That's the biggest eye-opening problem. We start out fast, we put up points, we're moving the ball, and then that middle third quarter going into the fourth, we stall. Everything stalls. I don't know if it's because we're ahead. I don't know if it's because it's being conservative. I'm not sure what that is, but going into the game, you're supposed to finish. You're supposed to finish strong.
You've been on this show for years. We've talked about them not starting with their foot on the gas. Now they're taking it off.
Well, I think it's the culture. It starts, like I said last week, from the top down. And for us to not want to bury Purdue, and that was said, we're not going to bury Purdue, we just want to win. And I think that's reflecting the culture of the team.
TJ, I asked Antonio after the game Saturday in West Lafayette, is part of it that every team you play, you're the defending Rose Bowl champs, defending Big Ten champs, you're a top 10 team, and you're getting the best shot? He didn't want to make any excuses, but he did say that plays into it.
That 100%. All those things, you got Michigan State coming in or you're coming into Spartan Stadium, you're going to give them your best shot. You're going to give everything you have, especially if you're not doing too well. And for Michigan State to still have some struggles and still come out on top when they're getting their other team's best, it does say a little bit about the program.
Is Mark D'Antonio, Tico, a victim of increased expectations because of how good he's done?
Well, yeah, I think so, but there's still no excuses, I believe. You're a better talented team, and then you can see how talented we are because we just get out to such a lead. But to back off, I don't think there's any excuses.
I think they're still trying to learn what that means. I mean, they're still trying to figure out what does it mean to be the best team, to be have that bullseye. Because as you know, if you're an underdog or you haven't played that well, you're scrapping. You're scrapping all the way to the end. There is no, hold on, we're almost done, take a break. You're fighting.
But as you know, true champions, they don't let you get back.
And we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
You're not supposed to let somebody come back, period.
Yeah.
I think Tico just made a terrific point about true champions. I think this team now has to learn how to go from being Big Ten champs to being in the national spotlight, which says it doesn't matter who the other team you're playing because you're playing yourself.
Exactly. I think we ought to learn from our basketball program. That's what's happened to them. You know, they became big targets, but they find a way to win.
You've been a champion. You've played at the highest level of the NFL and been great there, TJ. When a team steps in, much highly ranked than you, much better according to the pundits than you, talk about giving your best shot.
You have to. And with football, it's such a momentum game. You can be doing well, all of a sudden there's a turnover. there's an interception, there's a missed field goal. Now your team's fired up, and you are one play away from scoring a 90-yard run. One play away. Now you're back in the game, and then it's 3 and out. And I mean, the thing can slowly start to get contagious and out of control.
Totally agree. When we come back, we turn to the offense. We'll be right back.
MSU Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Michigan State University athletics.
On or off the court.
MSU Federal Credit Union
supports my team.
My team.
My team.
My team. And we just wanted to say thanks.
Thank you, MSU FCU.
Thanks.
Thank you.
This segment of Spartan Nation TV is brought to you by our good friends at Simple Tee Printing and Embroidery. We make shirts and we give back. Good morning, welcome back, Spartan Nation TV. I'm your host, Hondo Carpenter, with TJ and Tico Duckett. We turn our attention to the offense, and TJ Duckett is no stranger there. He was a yards-creating machine. So, TJ, I throw out to you, no scores in the fourth quarter. We hit it in the first segment, but quite frankly, you're not going to win a championship. I don't think they're going to be Indiana later today if they don't score in the fourth quarter. Your thoughts?
They have to score. They're putting up yards. They're moving the ball pretty well. But ultimately, game is about points and get in the end zone. I don't care if you have 1,000,000 yards between the goal lines. If you don't cross them, it doesn't matter.
294 rushing yards last week, Tico. What were you thinking?
I was thinking good. You know, that was good for us. We need to show that we could establish the run. The offensive line, I think, manhandled the up front. So I was impressed.
I'm going to go right back to you because you have been riding the Jeremy Langford train. 13 carries for 104 yards. Sat out a lot, which didn't make sense to me. But your thoughts on Langford?
Well, I think Langford, I don't know if he's healing up right now, but one thing that I did see was they sat him out for a couple series, and then when he came in, he started running harder. So I think they're going to have to wake him up a little bit to let him know he can be replaced.
Nick Hill had 9 carries for 72 yards, TJ. Again, a smaller guy. I don't understand running in between the tackles, but when you get him out in space, he's productive.
And they're slowly developing a change of pace back, if that would be what Nick Hill kind of is. Actually, all three of them all run differently. But Nick Hill comes in, I mean, he's the short yardage back. He's the utility back. He's the guy that comes and takes 2 series. But he's actually finding his niche, and I think the players are really responding. The blockers love him. They love him. And he is slowly getting his place in that offense.
You know he's small, though. When standing next to Tico, Tico looks like Godzilla. Delton Williams, 4 carries, 44 yards. I'm not getting the underusage of him. Again, I have no problem with getting Hill out in space, but you're trying to run Hill between the tackles, and it just wasn't happening. Why is he not getting more carries?
You know, I don't know. You know how loyal coach is. You know, he's probably looking at Nick Hill as a senior. He's put in his dues. He's not doing bad. So at this point, he just wants to play Nick and kind of let Dalton get his time.
Is that a concern, considering both Hill, of course, Nick Hill, and Jeremy Langford are seniors? If you run those two that much and not develop Delton, that could hurt next year.
Yeah, and I love the way 22 runs. I mean, I absolutely
Gee, I wonder why.
The ball. Give him the ball. I absolutely love it. But yeah, he's gonna need to get some plays, get some work, and maybe the vision is to run them a lot in the spring. I mean, really just try to develop them there and give these guys that opportunity.
Okay. But for the people at home, let's be real. Are you telling me spring reps are like game
not
reps?
at all. Not at all. But I mean, again, you have a guy who's young, and to run the ball, like, you have to get it. You have to be in there. You have to see it. And if they're not giving this guy the opportunity to grow as a back, where else can you?
That's a great point. Guys, the most excited I was about a rusher is someone on this show we've talked about for years. Cook, the quarterback, 7 rushes, 35 yards. I love that.
I like that too. I mean, he's showing some swag, if you want to say. He's starting to move downfield, and he actually ran a guy over. That was pretty impressive.
The only thing I don't like is the plays being designed run plays for him. I mean, we have running backs who should have the designed run plays. So he should be given the opportunity when there's a pass play That's when you run, not pull the guard, pull the tackle, fake and you roll with him. He should be able to look. If there's no read, that's where the big runs are created, and you also keep him a little healthier.
That's a great point. So if I understand what you're saying, you want to see more creativity from him running, maybe not as much planned?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of the runs he had were called quarterback keeper sweeps or whatever you want to call them. But I'd rather see him drop back, even if the coach says don't throw the ball, run it this time. I'd rather see him drop back because you still have that option, and the backers will drop. You still have that option to get those same 5-6 yard runs.
Sure, that'll also keep the linebackers
everything.
honest,
I mean, and again, if you're going to design a run, that's why we got 3 running backs that can do that.
Yeah.
That's super analysis on your part. Cook, 19 of 37 passing, not a great day. 238 yards, 1 interception, but guys, should have had 3. He again got lucky, passes right in the other guy's hands. Sure. I will tell you this, if he does not clean that up, they won't win a championship.
Well, he has to clean it up. I mean, the guy is the leader on the field, and when he's not focused, when he's not doing what he's supposed to, then the offense is not going to progress. He has to understand that.
And he doesn't seem too comfortable at quarterback sometimes. I mean, he's running, he's throwing across his body, his feet aren't right, and at times I wonder how comfortable he is in the pocket.
I want to defend him for a moment, and you're the best one on this set to do it. You know what it's like to have pressure of NFL expectations. What you did your last year of Michigan State, considering everyone in the world was ready for you to go to the NFL, not Spartan fans, but everyone else. I mean, you are a rare breed, TJ, who is able to perform at an incredible level, knowing I'm probably getting out of town with the next train. Do you think that's on his mind?
That has nothing to do with fundamentals.
Okay.
I mean, to me, it could be on his mind. It could be part of that, but still, yeah, there's a fundamental point where you plant, step, throw, follow through, where you don't throw across your body. Those are fundamentals. Now, forcing the ball and forcing to make a play, that could definitely play into that factor.
Our man, Tony Lippett.
Tony Lippett.
7 catches, 138 yards.
In the country.
And he just makes it look easy.
So
Makes it look very easy. I mean, the guy is phenomenal. He makes Cook's job look so much easier. And if those 2 guys could just get together and keep a full game, we'd see so many impressive
That might
things.
really affect the passing game, or the touchdowns, in the fourth quarter. Because it does seem like he's open early, and I don't know if defenses change schemes, but something's different.
All I got to tell you is this. After the game, talking to Purdue players, they all said, I can't believe Lippett isn't considered your best player.
Yeah.
Well, in my eyes, he is.
I agree.
In my
Yeah.
eyes.
All right, when we come back, let's turn to an area of the ball that everyone likes to talk about in the Spartan Nation, some defense. We're even going to talk about special teams. That's right, special teams and defense. Where else are you going to hear that broke down than right here on Spartan Nation TV? It's a Saturday morning. It's a date. We'll be right back.
Ready for the Honda Native.
The right moves can win a game. The wrong move can take you out. Get off the sidelines and back in the game with world-class care from MSU Sports Medicine. Our team of physicians and specialists diagnose and treat athletic and performance injuries. We've expanded our care to include pediatric sports and injuries associated with dance and performing arts. Our team will get you back on track, whatever your game. Call MSU Sports Medicine at 884-6100.
Hi, I'm Kevin Whitkin, owner of Discount 1 Hour Signs. We've been proudly serving the Lansing area since 1979. We pride ourselves in producing the best signs at the best prices, fast. From traditional graphics, vehicle wraps, lighted signs, whatever your needs, we do it all. Remember, a business with no sign is a sign of no business. Discount Signs, Lansing's top sign shop since 1979.
This segment of Spartan Nation TV is brought to you by our good friends at the MSU Federal Credit Union, proud sponsors of MSU Athletics. Good morning. It is so hard on Spartan Nation TV to soar like an eagle when I'm surrounded with turkeys. Good morning. I'm Hondo Carpenter. TJ, Tico. By the way, if you don't know this, TJ was a great Michigan State NFL running back. Tico was a great Michigan State and NFL running back. But Tico also ran track and won a letter for the 1959 Michigan State track team.
Thanks, Hondo.
Along with my buddy Alan Haller, who got a letter in the 80s.
Right. I had a good time.
I don't know how that happened.
I had a good time. Then I had
You get a letter in the
years later, and lovely family.
What a precious family. Guys, let's go right to it. It's the elephant in the room, the Michigan State fake punt. Michigan State's up 14 in the fourth quarter. in their end zone, not in their end zone, but in their end of the field. Mark D'Antonio decides to go with a fake punt. I'm going to give you my analysis right now. I said before it happened, I said, I could see Mark going here. I was with one of my reporters. I liked the call. Everyone universally hated it. I love it. That shows me, hey, I trust my defense. I'm going for a win. What'd you think, TJ?
I love the call personally. I'm going to defend the number 8 a little bit. But if he just would have stayed inside, I mean, they had to kick out and just hit the hole. He wants to bounce it outside where the only guy that could tackle him was right there.
When you're a 300-pound defensive tackle,
I mean,
don't try to go wide.
Because, I mean, if he just would have stayed there, they had the 2 blockers that were in front of him, and they pushed him out the way. We're talking 6-7 yards.
I'm going to say it was a bad call. I mean, when you got a defense like we have, you're down, you're up by 2 touchdowns, you can't give an opportunity for someone to gain any momentum. And you have to think about it, hey, what if we don't get this? What happens? And you see they got the momentum.
And I think that what Hondo said, that's my confidence in the defense. Sure. This is me that's him being risque and trying to say that he can do something and trying to change the tide.
But why not kick it downfield if your defense is so good? You can pin them down there. Too easy?
Simple.
Okay.
Too simple.
Well,
okay, now, but wait. In defense of Mark D'Antonio, TJ and I both come on and say, hey, we love the call, didn't make it. You, if he had made it today, be, oh, yeah, man, you guys were right. He nailed it.
I would have said that was too risky. Shouldn't have done it.
Number 8, cut inside. Cut inside.
I got to just tell you this one. I saw Lawrence Thomas this week, and I told him, if you're going to wear the other number 8, TJ says,
cut
go
inside.
Cut inside and run. Yeah. You know?
Let's get into special teams a little bit. Mike Sadler's playing very well. Kevin Cronin has been outstanding. Michael Geiger struggled a little bit, the kicker. But, guys, let's talk about kickoff returns for Michigan State. And punt returns, they're severely lacking. And punt coverage has not been good.
They're non-existent is what they are. And I don't know, we have guys that are talented that can run the ball. We have guys with speed on defense that can cover punts. But it's just not happening. And I think it's just lack of focus. We haven't punted a lot. So there's a lot of things that we still got to work on.
And we are absolutely trying to figure out when we do punt the ball. One thing I think is we have such a great kicker or punter that it takes the pressure off. They expect the punter to punt the ball in a proper area, out of bounds.
Fair catch.
Therefore, I don't have to get down there. But at the same time, it's good to see because at our whole entire team as a whole, that's our worst area, the worst area that we have to work on. And we're truly not that terrible right there.
129 rushing yards to Purdue. We said on this show, Darrell Hazel's a great coach. He's going to do great things at Purdue. I don't think you walk away from a Big Ten road game having given up 129 yards rushing and be depressed.
No, not at all. Especially, our defense is a tough defense. And, to get that many yards, that should be a good goal for them.
Yeah, our defense, I mean, we've struggled. We've had some issues passing. But to have a Big Ten team run for 120, I mean, you can't be mad at that.
On the road.
And you can't be mad at that. So, again, good job to them running the ball.
Absolutely.
If you're looking for a reason to be depressed, they gave up 211 yards in the air.
Yeah. That's been our problem all year.
It's been in the flats, in the flats and over the middle, we've been struggling. And we were exposed by Oregon, we were exposed by Nebraska, and they just took those notes and exposed our defense.
Guys, Curtis Drummond, I love the kid. I love him so much that's the kind of kid I want my daughter to marry. I mean, just he's just like you guys, terrific human being. But let's be honest, he's struggling. To have played so well and then get to his senior year and struggle, what do you think is going through his mind, Tico?
I don't know. He could have his aspirations for pros, that could be in his mind. He could be injured, or he could just be not focused. If you don't have a leader that can help you stay focused, sometimes your game drops.
That's what I was going to say, depending on who's surrounding him. Now he's the one that people are looking at. You're the guy that's leading. Before, I mean, he could play in the back a little bit and look to his left and look to his right, and there are other people there to really step up. But when you're not used to that role, that may be part of the issue.
TJ, you were a star on a football team. Tico, you were the star on the football team. But I think, is this where Max Bull is a little bit underrated as a leader? Curtis is like both of you. He's not a guy that's going to get up and scream at people. It's just not his style, and you don't want him to be what he's not. Is that where they miss it?
Absolutely. I mean, we said that many times. The guy is a rah-rah guy. He gets in your face. Bulla does. And when you don't have that person on your squad to get everyone in line, that could be a big issue.
We turn to the Hoosiers next.
I bet you've got some dreams. My dreams drive my passion. To do what I love.
To make a difference by teaching others.
To make the world a greener and better place. to run my own business.
To see where the road takes me.
MSU Federal Credit Union offers auto loans to help drive your dreams to reality.
We know you've got dreams. MSU FCU can help.
This segment of Spartan Nation TV is brought to you by our good friends at Message Makers, creators of experiences that transform. Good morning. Welcome back to Spartan Nation TV. I want to make it very clear, I am wearing this paisley tie for Tico's girlfriend, Amy Jo.
Well, thanks, Ando.
How you doing, Amy Jo?
Thank you. Yeah. Nice.
All right, as we celebrate the Spartans heading to Bloomington today and our director, Barrett Baxter, losing more of his manhood, we turn our attention to the Indiana Hoosiers. Guys, I'm putting Michigan State right now on upset alert. I think the Michigan State Spartans will win today, but I'm going to tell you this. If they don't score in the fourth quarter and they let off the gas, this is a game they can lose. 2 years ago, they barely won there. They had to come back and win it in the fourth quarter. Upset alert for Michigan State, TJ.
Indiana, it's a tough place to play, and it's homecoming. And again, we were talking a minute ago, you have the number 6 team coming into town today. You're going to give everything. Doesn't matter how terrible you might be or what your record reflects. All you need is a couple little lights in the cloud, little silver linings, start the big plays happen, and that momentum starts to change.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that, offense is usually behind the defense as far as maturing, getting better. And I think today is going to be the day that we see the offense mature and get caught up with the defense.
Fine, no arguments. Now, we've heard reports started coming out of Bloomington middle of the week that Nate Sudfeld, their quarterback, may not play. He's injured. I have been told by people very close to the program who I know on a personal basis that the only way they'll believe he's not playing is if he's not out on the field, period. But let's assume he doesn't play and the backup comes in. Indiana is a passing team. They don't want to run the ball. They would be glad never to run the ball. That is our Achilles heel. That's why I'm saying upset alert.
It is our Achilles heel, but what I've found with Narduzzi, he makes up for that with the upfront rush, and I think we'll see the upfront rush pick up, and we'll be okay.
You agree with that? I mean, that's their passing team.
Can he be on the sideline the whole game? I mean, when he gets on the sideline, it's just everything changes.
Right, it does.
But I think one of our things with the passing team, and it's a good and bad. I mean, to be able to apply that pressure to the quarterback, making them forced to make quick decisions. But at the same time, I mean, there are some picks that we've dropped. There are some, do we get caught? And you know what? Truth, this may be the best game that we played defensively from a passing standpoint because the run, we shouldn't get bit by those run fakes.
We'll know they're not running.
Yeah,
right.
So, and we'll think pass
Great
first,
point.
and then that way we can make up for it. So all the times that we've been caught in the play fake and the receiver beats us deep, that should not be an issue. So this may be our best pass defensive game.
Here's the thing that gets me. I think Indiana's going to be able to score points today. Can the Michigan State offense keep up? That's why I said if Michigan State's offense doesn't score in the fourth quarter, they lose today.
I think Michigan State offense, they play according to who they're playing. So I think if we have to keep up with Indiana, we'll keep up with Indiana, no doubt about it.
And if we can come out, again, I love that point. We come out the gate fast. We'll put up 21, 28 points in the first quarter, and then we'll put up 3 in the second half.
Because
we're up. We're up by 4,
now, right, and if we're neck and neck, I feel, Connor Cook, those guys will take over.
And I think that's part of where that Big Ten championship aura comes in from last year, where it is, we've been here, now I need you to, we're going to score. Bottom line, that intensity comes out.
One of the things we want to ask you at home to do is make sure you're constantly getting instant analysis from TJ, Tico, and I when you go to Twitter. On your screen right now are our Twitter handles. Make sure you go and follow us. And if you're not doing so, get on your old Facebook, find the Spartan Nation TV page, and join us there where you can not only get updates, but you'll constantly be able to see even the show on YouTube after it airs. We'll be right back.
The right moves can win a game. The wrong move can take you out. Get off the sidelines and back in the game with world-class care from MSU Sports Medicine. Our team of physicians and specialists diagnose and treat athletic and performance injuries. We've expanded our care to include pediatric sports and injuries associated with dance and performing arts. Our team will get you back on track, whatever your game. Call MSU Sports Medicine at 884-6100.
Hi, I'm Kevin Whitkin, owner of Discount 1 Hour Signs. We've been proudly serving the Lansing area since 1979. We pride ourselves in producing the best signs at the best prices, fast. From traditional graphics, vehicle wraps, lighted signs, whatever your needs, we do it all. Remember, a business with no sign is a sign of no business. Discount Signs, Lansing's top sign shop since 1979.
Spartan Nation TV is brought to you by our good friends at Video Vision 360, high-octane, in-the-action videography specializing in sports, entertainment, and adventure. And by Claudia Irish Pub. Claudia Irish Pub, home of the Guinness Perfect Pour.
We're the babes from Orchard Street, and you're watching Spartan Nation TV. Go green! Go away! Woo!
This segment of Spartan Nation TV is brought to you by our good friends at Moneyball. Moneyball, it's the only way to ball. Good morning, welcome back to Spartan Nation TV. I'm Hondo Carpenter, and the cast of characters include the great TJ Duckett, the great Tico Duckett, and Barrett Baxter, our director. You know it's bad, guys. You know you're in a bad relationship when for Halloween, your girlfriend says we're going as Superman and Wonder Woman, and you're wearing the Wonder Woman costume.
Oh, that's bad. That's death.
Pray for Barrett. Hashtag pray for Barrett.
Don't edit that, man.
Yeah, we don't want that edited out of the show. Guys, predictions. Michigan State heads to Bloomington today. We got to hurry up and get down there. Very quickly, Tico, we're going to go to you first because you've been whining. I've been going to TJ too much. Your prediction. Now, the point spread is 14. Because I cover college students, I'm going to just make a pick. It won't be based on the spread, but I want you to. What do you think happens?
I think it's going to be a little struggle to begin with, but we're going to get it rolling on offense. Defense is already rolling. I say 35-10 Michigan State.
Okay. I'm going to say 42-3.
Dang.
And I'm going to say that the big problem was stopping the run against Nebraska. We focused on stopping the run against Nebraska. Now the focus is going to be on passing, stopping the pass. And when that starts, now we're going to be putting pressure on the quarterback, which we're going to get 3, maybe 4 turnovers.
I cover Michigan State football 365 days a year. After the Oregon game, I told you people that I did not expect Michigan State to take their foot off the brake again. I learned my lesson against Nebraska. We saw it happen against Purdue. I think Michigan State wins it 45-34.
45-34, 45-34.
Give me that shield. Now, by the way, because I am a benevolent man, you guys remember on this show a few weeks ago, I won a bet with Tico. And Tico had to give me his tie, to which I gave back because I love Amy Jo. Amy Jo loves Paisley ties. So Amy Jo, just for you, here is an expensive Paisley tie, because when I wear this on Facebook, she always likes it and says, I like your tie, Hondo. So from me to your man, wear it.
Thanks, Hondo.
So wear it.
All right. Hey. Nice. I like that.
You can give me this one then. You can give me that one.
Did Susie get you this? No. Okay.
And just remember this. Every time you wear that tie, Amy Jo's thinking of me. We'll be back. See you next week.
Guest of Spartan Nation, stay at Country Inn and Suites. Curtis, you're in.